fellow gamers out there. I'm assuming that's who you are if you watch my shit. How's everyone? Oh, jeez, I'm just looking at this. I forgot to change my thing. Very, very, very professional. Give me a second. And sorry I'm late today. I had to stay back for work. But what's up, gamers? Glad you guys are here, bearing with me as I fix my goddamn 3. That's what I want. And transition. Beautiful. Looks a-okay now. Right. So let's just start how we usually start. Let's pop this over. Blah, blah, blah. Transition over to this. And there we go over to this. Now let's do the Wordle. As I warm up the brain. Okay, we've got a T and an S. Start with the T. We'll go TR. Maybe it's ST. Something like, let's try Frost. Okay. Something R, something ST. So it's not a O, a E, or a, so it's something R-I-S-T. Christ? Is that how you spell Christ? Oh, wrist. I'm gonna go for wrist. Oh shit. Okay. Let's go for crust. Okay. Something R-U-S-T. What am I missing? Rust. Oh, trust. Let's try trust. Trust me, you'll be correct. Hey! There it is. Got that 5, got that 6 last week. We'll keep that, that's cool. Alright, let's do some chess puzzles as well. Just to get me into the groove. Alright. So what do we got here? What's the plan? So he moved here, so my queen's under attack, so I should really get it out of the way. That's my first instinct. Or can I put the king in check? No, it looks pretty protected. So, what's the play? Chess is too hard, folks. I'm gonna take the bishop. He's gonna take with his queen, right? And I could take his queen with my bishop. Oh yeah, and that's it. Woohoo! Alright, next. I have no idea why that was good, but it was good, so that's all that matters. So taking the rook seems to be dangerous because he'll just bring down the queen. That'll cause all sorts of problems for us. So I'm thinking I put the king in check with my... The only way I can do it is with my queen. So I'm just going to move this here. Alright, okay, good start. And now I'm going to think for a second. Put him in check again, put my queen here. What else can I do? I've got limited options. I can't do much around here. Oh, maybe I can take it now. Because I can take his queen. Never mind. I was thinking I could take this. If he takes that, I could take his queen. What's the answer? What's the show solution? Show solution. Oh, you take it with the queen first. So I had the right idea. Alright, one more. Then we'll get the show started. So we're black here. So I think the goal here is to make a queen. Unless I can just... Wait, this is just checkmate. Yeah, that's checkmate. Thank you. Ooh! We did something right in the world. Alright, let's transition back. Yeah, well, welcome, guys. That was today's Wordle and today's chess puzzle. Oh, no one wants to look at that. Put some of my gameplay up. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. That's the good shit. Yeah, so sorry I'm late. I had to stay behind at work because, yeah, the low on staff there. And I thought, sure, why not? I'll do some overtime, get some more money for the Black Friday sales coming up, baby. But we'll get more into that later. And yeah, so today I just got to talk about, just got to get into some news. Since I came home late, I'll probably try and make this one a bit of a quicker show. But knowing me, I'll probably drag out a topic. So totally, but you know me, I'll just blah 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 blah. If I find something interesting that catches my attention, I'll just keep talking about it. So anyways, I thought I'd start on this podcast. I'll just start talking about what I've been playing personally myself. And I've been playing a lot of VR. I'm currently playing a game called Cactus Cowboy Desert Warfare. Because I played there's a free-to-play game on the PlayStation VR 2 called Plants at War, and that was the only free-to-play game on the store at the time. And I didn't play it. I just thought it was just bloatware, wasting my time, rubbish. But then I gave it a go, like just last week after I did last week's podcast. I thought I'd give it a try. It's free to play. And I struggled with the opening area because in the opening area you pretty much recapture D-Day. It's a World War II like shooter, but it's inspired by World War II. But it's got a cartoony aesthetic, and it's quite cool, man. It reminds me of old Medal of Honor games. You know, when you're just a soldier and you're all by yourself and you're lonesome and you got to survive going through, the German fronts, and you got to pick up your gear as you go. If you enjoyed your old Call of Duties or your Medal of Honors, I think this would be right up your alley. Of course, it's not like AAA budget game. It's cartoony aesthetic. So unless you like your games, realistic and polished, you shouldn't go for this. But this is definitely what it is. It's cartoony. But overall, I've been enjoying it. And I finished it. It took me about a couple of days to finish. And then I thought, you know what? Since you're a solid developer and you release this for free, the least I can do is pay for your sequel, which you didn't charge too much for. I think I paid 21 New Zealand dollars for Desert Warfare. And yeah, it's fantastic. They actually added gun customizations, and the crazy thing about these games, I forgot to mention, is that since it's a one-man development team, he uses AI as the for voice actors. It's actually AI, and they actually sound pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. And you can tell it is AI. Sometimes you do hear the robotic bits come out, but it's not terrible. And yeah, I was actually quite shocked on how real some of those voice lines were, considering it was all AI. Speaking of AI, apparently they're cracking down on YouTube is cracking down on YouTube's with AI voices. So you better be careful for that if you're one of those kinds of people who make AI covers for songs or presidents play this game. They're cracking down on content like that. Apparently, it's not creative enough. So you gotta come up with an original idea, buddy. So that's a thing. Even though all I do is just reject news and tell you what I've been playing. I hope you guys find that interesting. So that's what I've been playing on the VR front. Also been playing. I've got to get into. I've been playing some Gran Turismo 7 as well. When I feel like having a seated, relaxed experience on my PSVR 2, Gran Turismo 7 is my option, and there's hours of gameplay, and it looks beautiful, and yeah, it's a great game. It's a must play. It's got a great. It's one of the only limited AAA options you've got on PSVR 2. Is Gran Turismo 7. But I'll get into more of those in a bit because I want to look at some of the Game of the Year award stuff, which I will get into when we get there. But overall, Gran Turismo 7 is freaking fantastic. Um, Worth every penny. Cactus Cowboy. I'm just trying to think what else have I been playing on there. If something comes to my head, I'll let you know. For flat gaming, I've been playing a game called The Talos Principle. It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game set in the future when humanity is not there anymore. From what I've played so far, I believe that a virus wiped them out, and you're playing as a seamlessly like a child in a robot's body, since there's no more humans, but it's got a subconscious of a human. I think it's of a baby human, and you're going around, and someone has set up a space on Earth with tests, and it's a test to just to show how good humanity really is. I'm thinking that's what the game's about because I've just started it. So yeah, you play as a robot, and the puzzles usually consist of, there's dangers, and you gotta maneuver around the dangers somehow to reach switches, to reach certain puzzle pieces, and you use those puzzle pieces to put into a computer, and then you use those puzzle pieces in the computer to unlock different stages and different items you can use to explore the rest of the island. It's a very intriguing concept, and I'm enjoying the game quite a bit. I haven't been too focused on the story that much, though, as you can tell, because it's very sparingly in my head. But I know it's got I know the story is rich and deep, and I know the sequel came out not too long ago. That's why I was intrigued to play it. And the reason why I haven't been using it with much sound is because I've been playing it on my Steam Deck. I do most of my flat gaming on Steam Deck now, so I don't want to like. But also, I like listening to music, so it's just like, do I want to connect my Bluetooth headset to my phone and listen to music, or do I want to connect it to my Steam Deck and listen to the game? And it's probably great voice acting, and it's probably great, sounds and everything else like that. So I can't comment on that front. But what I've played so far, I've been very much enjoying it. It's what can I say much about it, man? It's a puzzle game. It's really hard to sell a puzzle game to people. It's if you're into puzzle games, if you're not into puzzle games, it's up to you. And of course, I've been playing Dying Light 2 with the homies on Monday sesh on this channel. Check it out. We've progressed quite a bit. We just tackled a lot of main quests, and as you can see, we're on a cutscene now with the skittish Alberto there. Um, but yeah, we progressed quite a bit, and it's a lot of fun, guys. So yeah, come check us out. Come watch us there as well. If you like this, for sure you'll like the Monday sesh too, because there I am right there. I actually decided to be in frame in the camera shot this time for this let's play sesh. But yeah, we got into the city area of Dying Light, and I don't know how far we are. I know one of the boys that we play with, or two of them, have actually finished this game. Me and Blackjack are still, this is all this is new to us. What's coming up ahead, and so far I've been enjoying it, considering it's not like it's not blowing me away or anything. It's not a fantastic game, but Well, it does right what it does right, which is first-person platforming, and it's fun parkouring in this game, and it's fun running away from zombies in this game because it controls pretty fluidly. There are odd times where the character decides not to grab ledges, but I feel like that's sometimes a skill issue. A lot of the problems I had with it, I was just asked a veteran Dying Light expert, Haywood himself, and he would tell me, dude, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to not hold this and you're supposed to do that instead. And it's like, oh, well, look, I'm not falling to my death every single fucking time now. Hallelujah. Jesus. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of it. We'll probably will make it to the end. I'm going to make sure we make it to the end. And, what was I going to say? And then we can move on from that game and we'll play another game. And then we'll make it to the end, and then we'll play another game, we'll make it to the end. There's a lot of co-op games out there, so yeah, those are the games I've been playing. Virtual reality, flat, and with friends. Those are my, like, 3 things that I play. Also, I do, when I want to chill out and relax, I do play a lot of old school games. Those are my relaxed ones. I've been playing some, Age of Empires 1. So what I like to do is just play Age of Empires 1, use the default music that's on the game, or I just put on an album because I do enjoy listening to my music as well. I'm considering I might look at the Grammy nominees because I know those came out as well as the Game of the Year nominees as well. I might have a quick peek. Might find something interesting, but the problem is I don't know most of those artists. I try to keep up with music, but there's too much music and there's too much games. Especially if you're in the VR space too, because you've got to play some flat games and play some VR games, play this and that, and you got the quests, and it's just like, oh, so much going on. Yeah, no, cry me a river, cry me a river. Alright, let's move on. So the run of show, gonna do some news, gotta talk about Reina some more. Reina, I said some more. She just got revealed a couple of days ago, so I'm gonna go into depth with that. That's Tekken 8, if you're wondering, and I'm gonna look at the Game Award nominations. Just why not? Just have a look and see what's getting nominated, what got snubbed. Did your game get snubbed? I hope not. I hope your favorite game gets Game of the Year. Then I might have a look at the Grammy Awards, and of course, how I close every show, I will play a game, an old school game, and this week it is Tekken 3. I did Tekken 1 the first week, I did Tekken 2 last week, and I'll do Tekken 3 this week. Should be good, should be good fun. Alright, so breaking news straight off the press, straight to my lap. What's our first article? Let's have a look. Let's see here. God. Alright, there has been... So last week I did cover the fatality drama, how there was one fatality cost $10, which is more than Omni-Man, who has 2 fatalities, which is ridiculous. Let me this and transition. So here we are. Our first story. So apparently, as an apology from NetherRealm and Ed Boon, what they have done is that they're going to give away free fatalities as a response to the backlash they got for charging $10 for this. But it's not still quite as it seems, because in order to get the free fatalities, you had to pay for the Halloween fatality in the first place, which is the first one that they charged for $10. And then they're like, we're so sorry about that. We won't do it again. Have some ones on us for free. But the only problem with that is in order to get the free ones, you had to have been one of the people who brought the original Halloween one a couple of weeks ago. Well, last week. So it's not really free, is it? If you have to pay for the original one, and so yeah, what they should have done, honestly, is they should have just been like, hey, come in, play our game. Here's some objectives, some quests you can do in order to unlock the fatality. That's what Apex Legend does with they gave away a Legend for free by just doing certain quests in the game, certain tasks. Other games do this too. Just make it be able to be unlock these things in the game, because when people are in the game, they have to glance over your bloody story anyway, because you have the, I'm pretty sure on the main screen of Mortal Kombat 1 on the bottom right it has like, come to the store, you can buy this skin and this skin, blah 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 blah. I've learned to deal with skins now. Skins fine, but I don't want them to monetize fatalities because I've never done this before. So don't do this. Anyways, what am I on about? So if you want those free fatalities, you had to pay for the $10 one at Halloween, but they've now changed it. So except for getting one fatality now at Halloween, they changed it into a bundle. So you pay $10 now, except for getting one, you're going to get a bundle of 4 for all of the seasonal holidays, because there was one for Halloween, there's one for Thanksgiving, which is the one, yeah, Thanksgiving, which is the one on screen now. There's one for, what's after that? Um, I didn't even know Thanksgiving was a thing until I was introduced to America, but there's 2 more. I know the last one's Christmas. There's another seasonal holiday in between. I just can't think of it. So anyway, you get those 4 for free. You get the Christmas one, the Thanksgiving one, and the Halloween one. And you get them all for free if you paid for the $10 one. It's still not worth it though, guys. Don't buy this shit. Omni-Man costs $3 less than the fatalities, and he comes with 2. And he comes with his own voice lines, his own intros, his own moveset, his own outros, his own everything. His own, what do you call them? X-rays, fatal blow. He's an actually fully functional, well-designed character, and he is $3 less than the fatality that you pay for, which is absurd. Also, I've got to shout out to the announcer pack that they sell as well. They sell those for $10 as well, I believe, for an announcer pack, which is less than Omni-Man again. So don't buy that. Why would you want to pay $10 to hear the announcer's voice change? That's just, come on, man. Monetize your game better. Put stuff like that as unlockables in the game. More people, more casuals won't run away from your game and keep playing your game if you make these unlockable with gameplay. Because if you're making, the more people that actively play your game, the more people will have a chance to look at your fucking skin shop or any shop that you have and be like, well, that looks cool, that skin. I might buy that, and then I'll buy your skin. But if you're not going to offer this for free, you have no incentive for people to return to your game. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you make this free, people will have incentive to come back and play Mortal Kombat. And they'll be like, cool, I can unlock this announcer. That's awesome. And then they'll do some challenges, maybe add exclusive towers like you used to, or just add something. And then to bring players back to unlock this cool stuff, like make the fatalities unlockable with gameplay, with a roadmap, and then everyone will be happy. You'll get sales because people will be, casuals will still be playing, and they will glance through the store and be like, "Oh, cool, I might get this skin, whatever." But at this rate, you're just, yeah, it's not winning for anyone. So, anyways, that's that news story. Let's see here. So the PS5 Slim is out. This is brought to you by Eurogamer. I think their last article was IGN, everyone's favorite gaming's news journalists. Was their last one, and this one is from Eurogamer. So shout out to them for this article here. So there was a lot of controversy around the PS5 Slim, which I believe is out in America. I'm sorry, I'm not from the States, so I don't have my hands on one of these. But apparently it has a removable disk drive, which the concept itself is, I'm not against it. It's kind of scary that you make it detachable. You're just pretty much telling us that you want to get away from it, so you really don't want it on there in the first place because you want to sell all your games digitally because you can't sell digital games secondhand. I see what you're doing there. So they want to get rid of the concept of disk drive so they get more game sales. I understand that. But the controversy around this and the detachable disk drive is that so in order for this is what people thought is that, and I don't blame them for thinking this because they saw you need to register your disk drive with your PlayStation. So everyone assumed that once your disk drive is registered, it can't be used on any other console apart from that one. Because that's the point of registering things, if you see what I mean. So you have to register your disk drive onto that. But apparently, that's not the case. You still have to register your disk drive onto your PlayStation, but if you want to use that disk drive on another PlayStation, or you want to use a new one yourself, you just have to unregister the one that you had and register the new one. So that makes me think, what's the point in having to register it if all of them work on every console? And I think my firm belief of this is, I think they put initially they wanted each disk drive to only pair with one PlayStation. That's how they wanted to do it initially. Just like how Xbox, I think this is an easy example. Just how the Xbox One, well, back in 2013, came under a lot of fire from fans, and people are like, because in order to actually play it, you had to have an active connection, and you had to have the Kinect always connected and looking at you at all times. That's how they wanted to monetize everything on the Xbox. And so, of course, there was backlash, because that's shit. Oh, another thing they did was they wanted to put DRM on discs as well. So, if you paid for, let's say, what was the launch game for Xbox One X? Oh, just the Xbox One. Let's just say you want to play Dead Rising, right? Dead Rising 4, I believe it was. Or was it 3? You had to register that disc onto your Xbox, and then that's it. Only your Xbox can play that disc. That's how they did it. So of course they had backlash. Even Sony themselves released a video of how they share games. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's right. It's no big deal. But I could just explain it here. It's just like, this is how you share games on the PS4, and they just show one person handing the game to another. It's pretty much as a rib to Microsoft and Xbox. So they decided, nope, we're not going to do this. This is a dumb idea, which it was, saying that only one disc can work on one console. So what they did was, they removed it. But the issue with that is, they already had this idea, and they already sent out all the Xboxes. So every single launch Xbox had this DRM bullshit already plastered onto it, and the only way you could get rid of it and cure their mistake that they made was to get an internet connection and download the patch. But I don't think Microsoft, or not much people noticed at the time, even in 2013, man, not everyone has internet. So if you're in a place with no internet, you would have to live with this day one DRM Xbox until you could connect it to the internet essentially and then scrape it off. You would have had that DRM disc locking Xbox, which would have been, yeah, it would have been, that would have sucked. So, anyways, I'm getting off track like I always do. So yeah, I'm thinking Sony was probably thinking doing the same thing with this. One disk drive for one console only, and once it's registered, you can't use it anywhere else. And then they decided, shit, we don't want to do this because it's really dumb. But it's too late. They've already shipped them with this feature on it. So that's why you still have to do the registration, even though it's completely pointless now, because any disk drive works with any PS5 Slim, according to this article. Yeah, you just have to register it. So it's still shit, but at least they're not. It's not as shit as what it was going to be. I'm thinking that's what they wanted to do. But let's just face it, guys. This is the end of bloody physical games. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but this is where they want to head, and we very much have the technology and the means to head that way. And yeah, it's sad, man. Got a lot of physical games here. When it comes to PSVR 2, though, I do buy a lot of digital because, you know, it's the only option you have. Only like 2% of the library is on a fucking disc. So I have no choice in that matter. Anyways, let's see here. What do we got for time? Alright. Moving on, next story. So I did a lot of blah 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 there. Alright, Suicide Squad, baby. This is a game I was looking forward to a lot, man. Because I have a lot of respect for Rocksteady Games. And I still have a lot of respect for Rocksteady Games. Responsible for my favorite, one of my favorite games of all time. Must be a top 5 for me. It is Arkham City. If you haven't played it, that game made me scared. That game gave me the chills. It made me feel vulnerable. I was very immersed, and I cried at the end. I don't want to spoil the game, but it's a great game, and they're also responsible for my favorite series, not just game but series, which is the Arkham series, Arkham Asylum, City, and Knight. And I gave Knight a lot of shit when it first launched, and I still hold true to what I said back then, but it's still better than like everything else in there. Yeah, I just didn't like the driving around all the time. That's all. The bloody Batmobile, those Batmobile segments were soul draining, but everything else was top notch, especially visually. But yeah, so why am I bringing up Rocksteady? Well, they showed some new gameplay and some developer interviews. And the reason why this is interesting to me is because it's been 8 years since their last game, right? What was their last game? Arkham VR, which is like a year after Arkham Knight? Something like that. And Arkham VR was pretty good too. But yeah, man, they haven't made a game in 7 to 8 years. Like, what's going on, Rocksteady? You guys made some of my favorite games of all time. But here we are. This is why this news is exciting to me, because they showed new gameplay of Kill the Justice League, which has been teased for a long time now. Long time. I think, geez, you could probably date back the first trailer like 4 years ago maybe. And it's so old that even what was I gonna say? Excuse me. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's sort of getting a lot of backlash as well. They went from, which is reasonable, but I still kind of think it's kind of harsh, just because of the devs we're talking about here, these legendary guys. But people are claiming it looks like a Fortnite-ish game. One of the criticisms I will take, this does look like publishers' greed. Like, they just want to they're just developing for a publisher who just wants a game out to their taste, to their liking, so they can't do anything, a passion project that they want to do. I'm pretty sure they wanted to do a Superman game or something like that. That would have been so good. But no, this game might be a victim of publisher pressure, I want to say. This is the game that they want, not the game that they want to make. So yeah, people are just turned off by it, how it's a four-person shooter game, you know? And the characters themselves don't look like they inject a lot of their own personality with them, you know? Like, the boomerang guy, what's his name? Well, I'll just say the boomerang guy uses guns. What the hell? He should, use, you know. And Harley should use her mallet and the jeez, I don't know these characters. It's been so long since I've injected any DC in my life, though. Ever since Arkham Knight, 8 years ago. But these Polygon, another shout out to Polygon. They are claiming that the game looks fun, and I was watching the trailer and I was a little skeptical. I hope this game's good, man. What thing I'm looking forward to this one the most is the boss fights. The boss fights should be insane because it's Kill the Justice League. So I'm guessing every boss fight is a member from the Justice League. It makes sense, right? Let's hope that's the case. So then, that would make this game worth it. If the boss fights are on point, because there's one thing Rocksteady game knows how to do, it's a boss fight. So if the boss fights are good in this game, if I read a publication that rates it a 6 out of 10, but the boss fights are good, that's still enough for me to probably buy it and play it. if the if the boss fights are good. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do this. Back to the screen. Alright. And my last little quick news article, it's not really news, is hold on, give me a second. Is this thing. This thing turns 10 years old. Anyone still have their launch PlayStations? Unfortunately, this one's diddums. It's broken. It doesn't work anymore. So rip my launch PlayStation. But yeah, I bought this one at launch. It's a 10-year-old console now. So just thought that was interesting. Man, I love my PS4. Got this one here. Any favorite games you guys got? I'm pretty sure I had a lot of things to talk about with this, but they all just escaped my head. So the console was first introduced to the PS3 R1. It's home to a lot of my favorite games of all time, but a lot of those are not so much Sony first projects, but multi-platform. But yeah, that came out in November 15th, 2013, if memory serves me correct. And yeah, I think I just brought it up just to make you feel old. But yeah, I bought that one, and it's good stuff. I've still got my PS3 R1. I've still got my old camera. It's all set up. I've got the PS4 Pro as well, but that one's set up in the got a lounge room there. I've set it up there, and anyways, let's move on. I guess I'm just losing my track of thought. Don't know what else to say. let's move on to. Da-da-da. So, a couple of days ago, I want to say 2 days ago, um, Namco graciously gave us this beautiful trailer. A lot of expectations. I would actually know. First of all, this was leaked, so of course there was expectations. Whoever's leaking this stuff, you screw you. I hate game leaks. This would have been a great surprise for me, but unfortunately it got leaked. So everyone knew this was going to be the next character. But overall, man, I'm very positive about this. Reina looks fucking dope, and so does the Tekken 8 in general. I do have a couple of nitpicks, but they're nitpicks. Still, it's like a 9 out of 10 character. But yeah, I do like the short hair. It symbolizes UFC. Because a lot of those UFC fighters, you got the female fighters, you got to tie your hair back. Or, if you've got no hair, if you keep it short, you don't even have to worry about it. So to me, the short hair just symbolizes that you're a fighter. You're a fighter for sure. You want to get that hair in your way when you fight, you don't want to get it all over your face. Yeah, it just sounds super annoying. I think her animations are freaking superb. She's great. Hold on, is she gonna do the electric here? Come on. Do the electric. There it is, bam. So yeah, her animations are great. The stage is fucking dope. Look at the stage. It kind of reminds me of the Geese stage a little bit. With the broken wall, that is. If you guys play Tekken 7, you know. How many walls can you break in a combo? I like that she interacts with other Mishimas. And she's got a mystery and intrigue to her. I was having a conversation with my friend, is she Heihachi's daughter or is she Kazuya's daughter? Because she's so young. She looks like a teenager. But I wouldn't be surprised, since it is a Japanese developed game, that it could be she could be in her 50s. Because look at June, she looks 50. I know she looks like a teenager, and she's 50 years old, so who the hell knows? Yeah, her voice acting's great. Go listen to this. Oh, sorry. No, I don't want that, man. Go back to this. We've got to loop it. Hit loop. Oh shit, we don't want that either. Spoilers for the rest of the show. Do that. And do that. Fixed. Alright. So man, I'm new to this. This is only third episode, alright? What's the bet? By the time we get to episode 100, I'll still be crap. But yeah, the rage out looks dope. The voice acting is great. Go watch this yourself if you haven't seen it already. I'm pretty sure you already have. I'm just giving you my perspective of it. The intro poses are cool. How she's on the chair. The outro poses are cool. So it's like, I've been giving the character a lot of praise, right? But you said I was a bit skeptical. Well, I can't help. Come on, man. I love Heihachi. And, it kind of makes me sad that they turned Heihachi charismatic, badass, muscly old man who puts his fucking family lineage on a rocket and launches them up and then starts laughing. Heihachi's a badass dude, man. Carried the series for 7 iterations. But now he's replaced by a young-looking Barbie doll, so a baby doll little girl is who's replacing my dearest Heihachi. That's my only complaint. She looks too generic. Well, she looks like Asuka, she looks like Kunimitsu, she looks like Josie, she looks like all of the other ones. That's why I liked Lydia. She had some uniqueness to her, like she was in a gi, she had a cut on her eye. She was still looked young though. Which is, I think that's just the Japanese way to do it. A lot of guys, especially Japanese guys, like young, schoolgirls for some reason. I'm more of a, I'm attracted to girls my age personally, and I'm in my 30s. So once we get a Tekken character who looks 30, then I can start, then I might be on board. But yeah, she has got a doll face, Barbie doll face. That's my only complaint. It's nothing too big. Looks great. I will be playing her. I'll be playing Kazuya, and I'll be playing a bit of Paul. If this last character wasn't an original character and I brought back another old character, my new character of choice was gonna be Azucena. Because I think Victor is a little, it's not my taste, it's not my style. Even though I do like him, this is not my style. But yeah. That's my thoughts on Rena in Tekken 8. What do you guys think, man? I think she looks great. Oh yeah, and the way, so they set this trailer up. So for Tekken 8, they set this trailer up, but they had a small tournament before it. It was like it was more of a show than a trailer reveal. So they started off with, they had all the pro players, well, 6 of them, past Evo winners. They were gonna play some Tekken 8 sets. They did that for about a couple of hours. They just did sets with one another. They picked 3 characters, their 3 best, and of course, once one character, you lost with one character, you had to pull out the next one, and then you had to pull out the next one, so on and so forth. And yeah, it was fun to watch too, seeing pros actually play this game and play against each other. But yeah, the thing I don't like about these shows though is that, man, that side-scrolling chat can be so obnoxious and so annoying, especially when one guy dominates. Shouts out to Arsenal and Ash for just destroying everyone, by the way. And you are the best at Tekken, and you're probably the best who's ever touched the game. Let's be real. But of course, people are like, oh, Azucena's cheap. She's too strong. Nerf Azucena. And Arsenal and Ash is boring. Arsenal and Ash is cheating. It's like, oh, come on, man. Just give the guy credit, dude. And I think, personally, I think the reason why, because what happened was, once it was Arsenal's turn to play, he never lost a game, and he won all his games with his quote unquote worst character, because you play as your worst character as your first one, right? And then once he loses, and you play your better one, and then you play your better one after that. But yeah, he just straight went through like 3 people, including me, with just one character. But I think the reason why he was winning all the time is because, as you've seen, as a new character, no one knows what she does yet, and they're just getting caught by strings they've never had to face before, you know. And that's how Tekken's gonna be when it launches. It's gonna be hella fun fighting as you've seen as and Victors. Who the hell's gonna know what they're gonna throw at you? So it's gonna take a while to learn these moves and what they do. Anyways, let's move on. And I do like the fact, going back to Rena over here, I like that she's all purple, baby. Just like this screen that you're seeing, all purple, baby. Just like the homie Spyro, all purple. So yeah, that's enough for me to go, yep, that's my main character. Gotta play purple. Gonna play purple. But yeah, as you see, it will get figured out eventually. Also, before I get off the topic of Tekken 8, they're going to be releasing a new weekly trailer. A new trailer every week. And you damn know that it will be covered right here. So, I've got you. I will give you my thoughts and opinions on every single trailer that comes out. I'll give you my thoughts, man. Just like I did with this one. Everything's on point. I didn't actually talk about it too much. Like, in depth, about the moves and stuff. Like, you see some electrics. I was too busy ranting about some other goddamn thing. That was probably more important than that anyways. I think all I said was, I approve. Everything looks great. Everything looks great. This is awesome. Alright. let's move on, shall we? But first I need to fix some things, so I'll just put on this camera. This is what you do when you're not prepared. Let's do this. Game rewards. Game rewards. That's what I want. There it is. How do I vote? Nominees. Because we're going to have a look at them together. You and me. Let's start voting. Let's have a look-y, shall we, at what we have here. Blah, 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 blah. Let's do this one. And then transition. And here we go. Okay. Subscribe. No thanks. Alright, so the nominations for the Game of the Year Awards came out a couple of days ago. This could have been part of news, but I thought I'd make it a whole segment because it'll be interesting. Because we can go through it together. So. Oh, straight out the bat. I thought I'd put this right at the end. Game of the Year. What do we got? Alan Wake 2, which just came out recently. You guys into horrors? Story-based games? Came out recently. Seeing it on here is pretty surprising because, like I say, it's only been out for a little bit, and it's got a nomination for Game of the Year, so it must be really good. I personally do not play horror games. I am too much of a pussy. To be honest, looking at this list, I've only played one of these games, which is Baldur's Gate 3, baby. But I'm not going to vote for it. You know why? Because it's unfair on the other nominations. I'm not going to vote for a game in a list of other games if I haven't played the others. It's just not fair on the others. Because I might enjoy Spider-Man 2 more. I might enjoy Resident Evil 4 more. I might enjoy Super Mario Bros. Wonder more. That's potential. But Baldur's Gate 3 is a pretty godlike game. And if it runs away with Game of the Year, don't be surprised. The game is freaking phenomenal. And I'm glad it's getting nominated. You know why? Because Divinity Original Sin 2 was not nominated, or was it? I don't want to sound like a fool now. Divinity Original Sin 2 wasn't Game of the Year in 2017, 2018, whenever it came out. Because that was one of the best... it's a top 5 to me. Someone said, name your top 5 games of the 2010s decade. I would definitely vote for Divinity Original Sin 2 would definitely be on that list. And then here we are. They made their next project was Baldur's Gate 3, and it's freaking phenomenal, man. I don't want to talk about it too much though. And I have to change the topic because if I talk about it too much, I'll start spoiling the game, and I don't want to spoil the game for anyone. But what I can say is that it's phenomenal, and I think the reason why it's phenomenal is because the game's been on early access since 2020, I want to say, maybe even earlier. And they made the whole first chapter playable, I believe, in early access. And while they were developing the game, the rest of the game, and tweaking the gameplay mechanics and stuff, they were actually tweaking this early access chapter, the beginning of the game, that was fully playable for everyone else. And then they could take the criticisms and the feedback on Strife and then add to it throughout the years, you know, listen to the feedback, make changes, while still working on the rest of the game, but keeping the first chapter playable for like the last couple of years. And people replayed that chapter over and over and over again, just looking forward to the full release, which we had this year. And dude, it's great. Anyways, Spider-Man 2, I'll get around to playing that. Just haven't had the time. Been playing other virtual reality games. I like virtual reality games now. Resident Evil 4, too much of a bitch to play it. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I'm so happy to see this here. My love for platformers. It's one of my favorite genres of games. Good on you, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I really want to play you, but I gave my Switch away, so I can't. The reason why I gave my Switch away is because I thought the Switch 2 would be on the horizon, it'll be out any minute. And I got told, I don't know who told me, I don't know if it was a news article, fucking fake news. They told me that Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was going to be the last original Switch game that Nintendo was going to make. The last first party Nintendo Switch game Nintendo was going to make was Tears of the Kingdom. Until their next console, of course. So I thought we'll just have the next console on the horizon. But no, here they are. They end up making a freaking fantastic side-scrolling platformer, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And I'm not even here to play it, man. I have to go get my Switch. So what they need to do is for their next console, their Switch 2, whatever it's going to be, Nintendo's next hardware project, add these two games to it on launch, please, so I can play them. I played I played Zelda when it first came out on the Switch. It was a launch game. Breath of the Wild. I don't know why that escaped my head. And dude, I spent about 150 plus hours in Breath of the Wild. I freaking loved it. It's fantastic. And I know this game is just Breath of the Wild but better. That's what people are saying. So I thought I will play it eventually. I said to myself, I will play it on the next gen hardware that Nintendo makes. And here I am still waiting for that. But I will play it on that. And I will probably get sucked into it and lost yet again. And that's my thoughts on these. And I can't, like I say, I can't personally vote on any of them because I've not played them except for this one. And yeah, this one's phenomenal. So yeah. Anyways, let's go next. Let's see what else we got. Best game direction. Once again, cannot vote. Haven't played. Oh yeah, should I add? Have any of your games gone snubbed? I think, honestly, go back to Game of the Year. I think Street Fighter 6 got snubbed here. Fighting game, players rejoice, man. Gotta get our fighting games on these goddamn Game of the Year list. It should be a Game of the Year contender. Get rid of, shit, what do you get rid of? I don't know what you get rid of, just add it. Add the game to it. Because, yeah. I think Street Fighter 6 got like a 92 on Metacritic, so it's highly praised by publishers, highly praised by the fighting game community. Some saying that this is the best Street Fighter game to date. I would personally say this is the best Final Fantasy Street Fighter game to date. Actually, where is Final Fantasy? Didn't they drop a game? Final Fantasy 16 didn't make the cut too. But Street Fighter 6 didn't make the cut, which is the one game that I'm upset about that got snubbed. Sure, I know that it's a live service game, and I don't forgive them for what they did with those fucking avatar skins that cost you like 16 US dollars, which is like almost 30 New Zealand dollars, just for a Ninja Turtle skin. I don't like that. However, the game is polished, the game is great sound design, great animations, the roster is perfect, half of them are original characters, and I think this is the best, yeah, the best gameplay. You have 2 meters. And I love the Drive Rush meter, and I love that you've got a meter just for supers, so you actually see supers in Street Fighter games now, because when I'm a professional player, you never see them. So, and of course I had a single player RPG adventure thing. And this should be the standard for multiplayer games, for fighting games. Fully crossplay, and you're in a virtual, you have an avatar in a virtual arcade, which is dope. And you can talk to anyone in the virtual arcade, you can wait in line. So if you go on with a friend, you'll meet up in the arcade and go, what's up? And then you'll go to an arcade machine and play each other. And another thing that I fucking love about Street Fighter 6, that no one talks about it about, is that in the same arcade, they have classics. You can play Street Fighter 2 in there with your friend, along with your friends. You can play Final Fight, you can play old Capcom games inside of Street Fighter 6 in the arcade area, and they actually switch them in and out. So one day you'll go in and Street Fighter Alpha will be there, and you go on the next day and then Final Fight will be there, and you go on the next day and then you'll see Darkstalkers. You know, that's cool, man. It's really fucking cool. And you go there with your buddies, you know, and you can play together. And also, this game had crossplay at launch. Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 is so backwards when it comes to multiplayer. Oh, and the netcode was silky smooth, fantastic. Felt like I was sitting right next to you playing multiplayer. I could go on and on and on about Street Fighter 6, man. I think it's a fantastic game, but you know, fighting games don't get the love, obviously. It should be here. It should be here. It got snubbed. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's best game direction. Can't comment. But I do like that Baldur's Gate 3 did have, what's it called? Did have early access, so you can just infinitely play the first chapter whilst the devs were still working on the game and implementing things, taking in feedback and stuff. That's a good game direction in my opinion. Anyways, best narrative. Oh, there you go, Final Fantasy, guys. Yeah, no comment. Can't say anything. What do you think should be in here? Anything you got that got snubbed? But we got Cyberpunk here as well. It's interesting. I could go on about Cyberpunk in another episode, but I won't go about it on it today. Best art direction. Two Nintendo games. Lies of P. Hi-Fi Rush. Alan Wake 2. Man, Alan Wake 2 is getting a lot of nominations. Like I say, I haven't played them. I'm just having a look at them. Being intrigued. Best score and music. Is Baldur's Gate 3 there? Oh, it is. Nice. Oh, but dude. I'll tell you what though, haven't played Final Fantasy 16. I'll tell you what something Square Enix does right. It's this goddamn music. It's on point. It's on point. So I wouldn't be sad if this wins. Best audio design. Yeah, when it comes to audio design, you have to give it to a horror game, right? Because in order to make a good horror game, it needs good audio. I hate the sound of some zombies. Yeah, fuck that. So, let's go to the next. Best performance. Dude, that guy looks just like the Star Wars Jedi Survivor guy. Ben Star, Final Fantasy. He's got a really low voice. I am a man. Yeah, I got no comment on this. Innovation and accessibility. Well, PlayStation Studios games usually have great accessibility, so it'll probably be this one. Finally, my boy Street Fighter 6 is here. But why is it in accessibility? Oh, it does have modern controls. It does have modern controls. I think modern controls are pretty good too, because they're not too detriment in the game. I don't feel like I'm getting outplayed by modern controls when I play Street Fighter 6. That's another thing I like about it. Is that they made the control scheme easier. If you can't throw a fireball, you can do it with one button. But you get handicapped some damage in return. And you get limited movesets as well. So there are some normals you can't throw out because you have such a limited amount of buttons you can press. But I think it's the sacrifices you get are great. The people who say they get beat by modern woke controls are just bad at the game. I always feel it's an even fight. I don't feel modern controls are cheap. I feel they're great, especially for newcomers. That's another reason why Street Fighter 6 should be a nominee, because it's great for newcomers as well. I prefer it more than Mortal Kombat 1, I'll just say that. Not because of the whole drama around monetization and shit. It's just, in general, I think a better game. Mortal Kombat 1 is still a great game, though. The story mode's on point. Yeah, the story mode's on point, and the new way they did the characters was cool too. But I think Street Fighter 6 did much more promising things. Anyways, let's move on. Games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna go next. I don't know what that is. Best ongoing, awarded for a game for outstanding development for ongoing content that evolves for the player experience over time. So we've got Apex Legends. They keep it updated. It's good. Cyberpunk. I can't forgive it. Final Fantasy 14, superb game. The only MMO I've ever played. It's great. Fortnite. That game's never gonna die. And Genshin Impact. Well, good for Genshin Impact. Free to play action adventure game. What would I vote for? I've actually played all of these. So I can vote. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Best community support. Oh, there's No Man's Sky. That should get best ongoing because of the PSVR 2 patch I got. The game looks fucking beautiful now. Ugh, Destiny 2. Laying off your workers and blame the players for it. Don't like it. Baldur's Gate 3 is an interesting one because I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the community support is there too. And Final Fantasy 14. Alright, let's go next. Best independent game. I've played Viewfinder since I'm a puzzle guy. I really enjoyed that. I'm surprised it's nominated for best though. Is every other indie game not that great? And no offense to Viewfinder though. It is good, but apparently Dredge is pretty good. Vote for Dredge, folks. Vote for Dredge. Best debut indie game. Don't know any of these. Don't want to comment. Best mobile game. Bro, who cares next? Oh, here we go. Best VR AR game. This is something I can actually probably vote for. Okay. So we've got Gran Turismo 7. Fucking phenomenal. Horizon Call of the Mountain. It's fine. Humanity. It's fine. Resident Evil Village. Fantastic. Synapse. Pretty good. I've actually played all of these. I can vote. I would vote for Gran Turismo 7. I can't be fucked signing in. That's what I'd vote for. Horizon Call of the Mountain is pretty good. It's a visual showpiece. It looks fantastic. The only problem is it's not a Horizon game you would think it would be. It's not like an open world Horizon game. It's very much linear, going through levels. And there is a lot of climbing in it. You'll be climbing most of the game. And the combat itself, you're on a rail. So you go around the bosses on a rail. Or if you're fighting multiple enemies, you're pretty much on a rail. You go side to side, side to side. Or if it's a boss fight, you go around like this, around on a rail, and you'll never get hit. And even if you do, you get health spawns, and you get arrow spawns. But it's not something I would personally vote for, personally. And Humanity is I've played a bit of it. It's Lemmings. But I can't say it holds up to the rest of these. Next to Snaps, Village, and Turismo 7. If I had to vote, that would probably be that. And no, I haven't played Village because, you know, I'm a little bitch. So let's move on. Best action game. Dude, I haven't played any of these. So I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to move on. Action adventure. Same as before. Got no comment. Jeez. RPG. Wait, you're gonna call Final Fantasy 16 an RPG? That's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Sort of an action adventure, isn't it? This one, baby. Vote for this one. Oh, this one's here too. Best fighting. I'm gonna have my say. Street Fighter 6, guys. It's just the new standard. That's the one you should vote for. Just going on quick because I'm looking at how long I've been on for, man. Because I gotta do a quick gameplay before I go as well. We're dragging this along. Best family. I'm just gonna say what I hope wins. Give it to Super Mario Bros. Give it to Mario. Shout out to the platformers. Some strategy. No comments. Sports racing. No comments. Wait. Yeah, no comment. I was gonna say, where's Gran Turismo? But that was last year. Best multiplayer. Here we go. Oh well, Baldur's Gate 3 got a nomination for Best Multiplayer. Interesting. It's Best Single Player and Multiplayer. But no, that's just taking too many awards. I would honestly vote for Street Fighter 6 here. Give it its due, guys. Give it its due. It's adaptation. Who cares? Who cares? Most anticipated. Ooh. It's either 7 Rebirth or Tekken 8. One of those two for me. One of those two. Alright, is that the last category? Oh, we've got Content Creator of the Year. Hey, where's me? I should be on this list. I don't know who these guys are, man. At esports. Let's see. Who the fuck cares? Do people care about this? Let's go next. Oh, I'm best esports athlete. Look at these athletes, dude. They look so very fit. Don't know any of them, so we're gonna go next. And best esports team. Oh, who cares, man? Who cares? Best coach. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm done. So that was that. Had a quick look at that. Let me transfer you back here. Alright. I have one more thing to do. So just... let's wrap it up, shall we? This should be a pretty easy one. So Tekken 3 is probably, in my opinion, the easiest of the trilogy of the Tekken games. Ogre is a very underwhelming boss. That's all I'll say. And his hardest form is his normal form. And once he gets true Ogre, he becomes even easier. I don't understand. So, but everyone who's played Tekken 3 does know. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to... where's my transition? Bloop. Do this. Bloop. Do this. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Alright, here we are. So we do a display test, sure. Looks good to me. Switch test. Oh shit, how do we get out of here? Exit. Okay. Game options is what we want, and we're gonna go ultra hard. Guard damage off. Neutral guard off. I should put... oh, neutral guard on. Oh, chip damage? Is that on default? Yeah, that's weird. I'll keep it on then. Oh, here we go. Here we got... oh, wait, hold on. Does he have the school uniform costume? Of course, we got to play by canon winners. In case you don't know, every Tekken game is represented by a tournament, and every tournament is won by one character. Tekken 3, it's this character. Oh, what happened? Whoa! What the heck? How did I turn off fast forward? One moment, guys. Technical issues. Transition back. We get this. Let me fix this. What the hell? too. The heck? You. This is embarrassing. Hotkeys. I want hotkeys. Alright, we're back. Okay, we're back. What the hell? Sorry about that, Jesus. The show's getting worse and worse. Unsubscribe now, please. You're doing me a favor. Alright, let's go back. So we've got to pick the school uniform. And let's try this again.
Round 1. Fight.
Fuck. What happened to Lei? Remember when the devs cared about this character? I should have actually picked the more iconic outfit, which is his default. With the flaming pants. I just realized how great the arcade version of this game looks compared to the PlayStation, the version I played the most. It actually has 3D backgrounds. Let's see if I actually do a chip damage. A lot of health in this. But let's see if I can do a Rob Explains here, the series so far. So in the first game, in Kazuya was a little 10-year-old little boy, Heihachi threw him off the cliff to prove that he was actually his lineage, to see if he was strong enough to survive. And lo and behold, he does. But in order to do so, you had to make a pledge with the devil. Thus, that's why he has devil shit now. And so, you know, as you do, Heihachi, with his ego, wanted to prove that he was the strongest, so he starts a tournament. And then, of course, he makes it to the end, but lo and behold, he didn't expect in the finals he would see Kazuya there, his own son. And he was like, Nami. He was very surprised. And I died. And of course, during the final battle, unfortunately for Heihachi, he did not win. And Kazuya threw his corpse off the same cliff he got thrown off when he was a 10-year-old boy. And he took control of his father's legacy. And yeah. And then Tekken 2 rolls along. It turns out Kazuya was a very bad boy with his power. He
Round 1. Fight.
It's so hard to talk and play at the same time. He was very corruptive. He was in the black market, maximizing his profits as any capitalist would. And Kazuya certainly was a capitalist during this time.
You win.
But
Round 2. Fight.
he decided himself that he should start a tournament. And lo and behold, his old man, his father, climbed up the same cliff. He was thrown off by his son. Stop throw spamming. So I was just trying to talk and play at the same time. So it turns out when you have money and you're corrupt, turns out you start to do dumb stuff, like start a tournament, get the ego, get the best of you. And to his surprise, he sees his old man in the finals, fails to defeat him, turns into a devil, and still fails to defeat him. And then Heihachi doesn't yet again toss him down the same cliff. He thought this time he'll be more brutal about it. And Jesus Christ. And throw him into a volcano instead, which I did show in last week's show. The end cutscene of that, where he flies in his little. This is meant to be the easiest one, man. Why am I struggling? I guess Tekken 1's the easiest one, so maybe it's just a skill issue. I think it's just a skill issue. Look at the stage, it looks so cool. That punish, 4-4-2 punish. Gotta love it. Down for one, down for one, down for one, down for one. There we go. Down for one smack. 1-1-2. God. Just die already, shall you, Jesus. Yeah. Ugh.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, yes. Just do Razor Rush. What am I doing?
Round 2. Fight.
Razor Rush, Razor Rush. Corn. Prawn. Nice, 1-1-2. Alright, that was easy. Come on now. This is easy.
Round 1. Fight.
Tekken had like badass music and cool stages. Do you remember? I kind of forget.
Round 2. Fight.
Mix up. Mix up. Alright. Yeah, it's too easy. Come on. I think I lost those past 2 rounds because when I'm silent and concentrating, I'm too good at this game. So maybe I've got to start talking more. The one thing I like about this game is the opening animations they do. From Tekken 4 onwards, except for doing those animations in the game, they actually have their own intro poses from then on. But in this game, they do it like right in front, which is cool. In the classic, no one blocks this. No one blocks this.
Round 1. Fight.
Such a fucking side throw. Two. Oh, fuck's sakes.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, yeah. come on, increase the range on that. Fuck. Get him.
Final round.
Dude.
Round one. Fight. Round two.
Oh, I gotta fully concentrate. Okay.
Round
Moko
one.
Jin. Why does the AI throw spam so much? So stop throw spamming. Skill issue. God.
Round two.
Shit. This game's impossible. This is meant to be the easy one. You're meant to be the easy one. Ah, ha, ha. Nice. Okay.
Round two. Fight.
Oh, nice. Beautiful punish, Rob. Beautiful punish.
Round
So,
one.
let's go, old man. Killed my father. Nice. Punish.
Round two. Fight.
Yes.
Win. Round one. Fight.
Under me up.
Round two. Fight.
This is so obnoxious. Would that fully whiff? Sure, ogre that bad. Oh well, there it is. Probably the worst Let's Play I've done on this show. I couldn't even fucking talk. I had to just concentrate. No one's allowed to have fun. Especially when all your brain cells are in one, all concentrating on one thing. Just... so yeah, sorry I started late today. I'll be better next time. Watch my replays. See Harada's name pop up on the screen. So if this was a real arcade run, I think I would have used... I think I would have spent about $6. Not my best performance. But at least you get to see Tekken 3 in its arcade glory. It looks very good. Let's get rid of this. What's that? And before we sign off, we've got to do what we usually do. So let's watch the ending, shall we? Let's watch the ending! What are we looking up? We're looking up... Tekken 3 Jin ending... Let's go back here. Alright, let's do it. God damn, that's bad quality. And there's no sound. Hold on. Let's just start it again. But you know, I like the bad quality because this is what we had to. This is what it looked like when we were kids. This is a cool ending too. Jeez, another technical issue. It's not all on the screen, man. Oh, sorry. I'll do better. Hold on. You guys don't deserve that. Here we go. This is good. This is good. Jesus. Alright. Can we play it? Can we watch it now? Man, what a terrible episode this one is. No. Not Jin. Yeah, this is badass. Oh, Nick's on here. Good to see you there, Mr. Retray. Good to see you, buddy. I didn't expect to have any chats, to be honest. And there it is. I just want to say thank you for everyone watching. This is a badass ending, by the way, but we're not going to watch it because I'm going to sign off. This has been a minute 35, and this is my yeah. See you next week. Monday sesh on Monday. Probably Dying Light 2. Gotta smash through it. It's a fun game. Well, it's alright. Does what it needs to do, and the show again back on Thursday. yeah. And with that, I'll catch you guys later.